There we go, a little more light. Hello, everybody. This is Nancy from This Overstuffed House, bringing you another book drop sale. I promise this one is not as many as the last one, which I crammed a lot of stuff into that craft supplies sale. Now, I know that one, if you haven't seen that one ends, well, in theory, they end a week after I've done them, but that craft supply stuff, that's still going to be here. So if you see anything in that drop sale you really would like to have, by all means, email me. My email is in the description for this video. For a drop sale, you need to just put in the comment section what item number it is that you want, and then I will check the timestamps in case there's anybody that two people want the same book and see who claimed it first. But all of these books are $3. That does not include the media mail shipping, but it's $3. Now, if you have not ever purchased from This Overstuffed House, you will need to email me your name, your YouTube name if it's different from your real name, your shipping address, and what email should I use to invoice you through PayPal. If you do not have a PayPal account, that's okay, because you can go into PayPal and pay as guest with any credit card. So let's get these going. This one, I absolutely love the cover of this. If you've never heard of English Fletcher, I would not be surprised. But if you like books about Scotland and its many, set in its many times of trying to get independence, this cover is just fantastic because the artwork goes all the way around. You could use either the front, the side, or the back, the side, or this front to be a fantastic display, and have things in front of it would be great. But this is about, I'll show you here. All of English Fletcher stuff is written and based in Scotland in the 17 and 1800s. This particular one is Flora MacDonald, whose Scots valor and feminine compassion once saved the fugitive bunny Prince Charlie. And so there is always action, adventure, and romance in all of her books. They are not like the typical modern romance, silhouette, whatever they're called. It's been a long time since I've sold them in a bookstore. I've forgotten their names. But there is definitely plenty of fun action and adventure in these, as well as a sideline of romance, which is the same way for Gale Link, her early stuff. Every one of these books, hardback or paperback, is $3. If you do like romance, I used to work with Gale. This is one of her books before she got a contract doing Just for Silhouette. That's one of the problems with Silhouette, is that once they contract you, you cannot put out novels of your own. She went to, I believe, Australia to do research for this one. Yeah, this is the one based in Australia. And, a woman and somebody's grandnephew end up inheriting the same massive estate in Australia in probably the late 1800s or early 1900s. I've forgotten now. But it is a fun one. It does have little name and stamp inside. And the back cover has, Fart Proudly's running away, has some water issue there, but it didn't seem to do anything to any of the pages. Her stuff is a great fun read if you like accurate historical... Sorry, I gotta grab Fart Proudly. It fell on the floor. I'm not kidding. Fart Proudly. If you like what's the All Souls trilogy, which is a discovery of witches that they made into, who has it? Acorn TV? Somebody has it. But they've turned that into a small mini-series. That kind of historically accurate, where the romance is not the sole part of the plot, but the historical stuff is accurate for the time period, for the location. Her early stuff is exactly like that. I absolutely love some of her earlier stuff. This particular one I have my own copy of. I don't need a second. So this is Gale Link's Forsaking All Others, and I just realized I forgot to give the numbers. So Forsaking All Others will be number 71, and the Scotswoman, the English Fletcher book, will be number 41. It's been a day. We've had a lot of rain here and a lot of issues, and it's been a day. But we all have those, right? And we all try to carry on. Now, this is Gabriella, Clove, and Cinnamon by George Armando. Interesting artwork on the cover. I read this so long ago. So here's what we've got on the back. No, I'm sorry, my light is in the way. Okay, so this is, sounds like Cinderella. She came from the backlands of Brazil. He hired her to be the cook. She's an excellent chef, turns out to be a great beauty. Sounds like it's another kind of romance style thing. You know, Cinderella girl makes good. So it's Gabriella, Clove, and Cinnamon by George Armando, who is a Brazilian author, and that is number 33. Now, next we have another one. Now, this one is set in Australia. Now, this is a modern reprint of Lucinda Brayford. In Australia, they actually made a mini-series of this book. So she was the daughter of a prosperous Melbourne family. He's a wealthy aristocrat. It should have been a brilliant match, but of course it wasn't. But what this one has is it reminded me very much of Downton Abbey, because it takes you through 3 generations. So it starts with Lucinda, but it goes down to her grandchildren. So it covers 3 generations of an aristocratic family that happened to be based in Australia. And it covers, I'm pretty sure it covers, it starts about the time that, not that Downton Abbey started, because Downton Abbey started after 1900 with the sinking of the Titanic on the first episode. But this one starts in what would have been Cora and, I've forgotten his name. But it starts with the parents, with Cora and her husband. That would be the generation that Lucinda is. So it starts in about 1880 and works its way down. And it really is a fun read if you like Downton Abbey. And this is $3, and it's number 23. Now, this one you could tell by the cover. At some point, this was a special that was done in Britain and then shown on PBS. It's this Great Performances series, The Charterhouse of Parmer by Stendhal. I happen to like Stendhal's writings. This takes place, another one where it's a romantic novel during the Napoleonic Wars. I had to laugh because I went, which one? But it is a fun read. It was very good. So was the PBS, what was shown on PBS, if you could find the miniseries that they showed on Great Performances. But this is another fun read, and it is number 48. Now, this one, so this is Michael Korda, and the book is called Queenie. Now, this one, I have a piece of paper in here that a friend translated all the French for me. Didn't he have gorgeous handwriting? So it does have my name in it. I read it. The fact that this thing just I loved this book. So it's written by the nephew of the actress Merle Oberon and Alexander Korda. So he wrote it basing it on the life of her, of Merle Oberon. Because Merle Oberon was very, very careful, because she was part English and part Indian from India, but was passing, as they said back then. And so she created a fictitious backdrop for her life. But this was a wonderful, partially, well, you can't call it biographical, but it's based on what he knew of her. So it's not a true biography, but it's a fiction based on, and I found it absolutely fascinating. I absolutely loved it, but I can't keep everything on my shelves. So this is $3 and is number 15. Now, let's get to the fun and the nonfiction. This one is in fantastic shape. I've read it once. I bought it back in 1990. This is The Writings of Benjamin Franklin You Never Read in School. Fart Proudly. If you have never heard the story about Fart Proudly, it is the fact that he felt that it was worse for a person's body to hold them in. It was better to let them out. And it is just, some of these are just absolutely hysterically funny. They were written to friends. They were written to children. So it is such a, it's just really, really funny. Look, you can pause it and see the back here, because he really was a satirical rogue, as they put it on the back. He absolutely was. There's even a number of drinking songs in here which are attributed to him as having been the one who wrote them. $3, as are all the others, $3 a book. And this is number, get the cat away from my fingers. This is number 18 for Fart Proudly. You will laugh. It is the funnest way to learn some history. Elrond, go away. Now, Bennett Surf. Now, there's a couple of his books online. Bennett Surf did a couple of kids' books of riddles that were, you can see this has some age. It's been in my house for years. I grew up with this being on the bookshelf. But he did 2 kids' books of riddles that were by Dr. Seuss. He did the illustrations for them. So if you want to have a good laugh a day, there are a lot of things. I mean, this is quite a thick paperback. It is showing its age. The pages are starting to discolor, and it's just filled with absolutely hysterical little comments. Rags to Riches is a thing with John D. Rockefeller. Some of them are anecdotes about people he knew at the time, because he was a great raconteur that used to tell these great stories. Sort of like listening to Stephen Fry talk. So you can have nice cup of tea, hot chocolate on a cold night, and warm up and have a good laugh with this one. And this one is number 73. Now, this one is The Mystery of Agatha Christie, an intimate biography of the Duchess of Death by Gwen Robbins. Now, for those of you who don't know, there is a big mystery around the leading lady queen of mysteries, because she disappeared at some point. Okay, so you know that, she wrote a lot of mysteries. Her own life has a big mystery, because you see here, December 3rd, 1926, she just vanished. She was found 10 days later living under assumed name in a resort hotel. She never really talked about it. She kept it closely guarded, never said anything publicly at the time. So this covers that, as well as her life, her 2 marriages, her work habits, her travels, her friends, her love of archaeology, which most people don't know about. And there are some pictures inside. There's one there of her meeting Queen Elizabeth II. So there are some pictures. I had a great time reading it because I knew about the time where she was missing, and really was curious, because I think I've tried to read every Agatha Christie. I don't know that I've succeeded, because I lost my list of her titles, and then some of them had different titles between what they were printed in England and what they are printed here. And then there were none here. When it was originally published in England, was 10 Little Indians, based on a nursery rhyme. So this one is $3. It is number 68, to read about the Queen of all mysteries. And then we have another one that is Diaries and Letters. This is another nonfiction one. Anne Morrow Lindbergh. These are her diaries and letters from 1902 to 1928. Now, she is... Here we go. Where'd she go? She's the wife of Charles Lindbergh. Now, she had been the daughter of an ambassador, and then really fell in love with Lindbergh and then ended up marrying him, because she was also interested in flying. And so this covers, you can see there's some kind of blue smudge you can see there, and it looks like it might have been ink from one of the picture pages, because it's near every time there's a picture. But this covers her diaries and letters from 1922 to 1928. So it's going to give you a snapshot of that little period of time, 1922 to 1928, I believe in the U.S. So it's Bring Me a Unicorn, and it is number 51. And a reminder, even this one is just $3. Who remembers Douglas Fairbanks? I knew more of the fact that he was married to Mary Pickford, and their son was Douglas Fairbanks Jr., because when I was growing up, you'd see Douglas Fairbanks Jr. on some TV shows now and then. But I have Laugh and Live. It is Douglas Fairbanks. Someone had it and signed their name. It had been their name for 1922, and it is Laugh and Live by Douglas Fairbanks. This really was a fun read. I remember seeing, when I heard about him from interviews with his son about these daring movies he'd do, I deliberately went looking for some of his pictures, which was not easy to do back then, but then Netflix came out, so I got to see quite a few of his movies, and they really were quite good. And a lot of them are silents, but they were the Hollywood royalty. Douglas Fairbanks and Mary Pickford were absolutely the Hollywood royalty for their time. So this is a wonderful book. And even if you just wanted this as a reminder for Laugh and Live, as some kind of a decoration display, that is a cool cover with that title. And I'm letting it go for just $3. $3, and it is number 70. Okay, that's it. That's all the books that I have for this time. And I hope that you enjoyed seeing them. These are books that will only be available for 1 week, because I need to clear them out of the house. So one of the libraries near me is having a book sale coming up. So when this goes live on Tuesday, then it will be good till midnight of the following Tuesday. And I'll put the date of when it's good till. And I will probably be taking these. I hope to get it done by next Friday to get these out to that library. I basically, from the previous 2 book sales, I got some of those out to the art fair, and then the other one, they're still here because I'm filling a box to take to this library sale. All right, and if you have not seen, last week was a crafting drop sale. I still have a lot of that left. Take a look. You cannot beat the prices. And my Thursday night live sale from this past week. There's a lot of fabric left, which you cannot beat getting some of this fabric for $3 and $4 a yard. And I will cut it to quarters if you want a half yard or just a yard of something that has more than that. I will cut it down for you. The prices in the video are the price per yard. I can cut it down. If something's already a half yard, though, I'm not cutting that any smaller. But anything that's a yard or more, I'm willing to cut it to a half yard for you crafters and quilters out there if you need that, or a quarter yard. I don't do fat quarters with this. It would all be a straight up quarter yard cut, half yard cut, 3/4 yards, whatever you need of the yardage. Okay? And that is good. That fabric is good ongoing till it's gone, all right? So I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please, by all means, share this with your friends who love to read and hit that subscribe button. I would love to get me up another 50 subscribers before my birthday. October 26th is not my birthday. My birthday is the 27th. But October 26th will be a live sale. And there's going to be a party. I'm going to have giveaways. And I really, really, really would love it if we can get me up to 1,100 subscribers. At this point, I need 47 more subscribers. So like, subscribe, come join the fun. Goodbye.